Videotape. Okay. Okay, guys, good. So we're here with another self-defense video. You can see Charlie has gloves on today. So let's talk about, we started off last time talking about just holding. Like if the guy's just holding me, that's all we talked about. We ain't talk about the person punching me. We ain't going to that. We ain't reference that. For a reason. Everything's built up in steps. You gotta learn how to crawl before you walk, that kind of stuff. So Charlie is right-handed, right? Good. So if Charlie was gonna punch me, he'd probably punch me with his right hand. Good. Let's stop there for a second. But before we go into the wall, let's talk a little bit about punches. How would I slip him, all that kind of stuff, right? If he's throwing straight punches, I'm gonna point at the punch. Do this with your training partner so you don't get punched in the face by the wrong one. Like if I'm thinking that one's coming and he punches me with this one, boop, I'm gonna get hit, right? So I am practicing, we are training, we're not fighting. I'm gonna tell Charlie which one I want, that one. I compare these this way. It's not a hook, it's a straight punch. I compare them this way. If he throws the other one, I can just kind of walk with Charlie and go over a little bit, kind of try and get my timing until I'm ready to kind of close the distance and go, right? But that's how we're talking about boxing. We're talking about closing distance, right? Let's say he's throwing hooks, right? I want to pair them. I want to move. I want to move with Charlie. 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 Same thing, closing that distance, getting away from the range of the punches. I don't just want to block and move back because I'm going to stay in range and I might run into that wall. If I'm a fighter, I have to be aware of what's around me. If Charlie's punching me and I'm backing up into a wall, I got to feel that and I got to turn around and stay and take Charlie towards that wall. All right? And again, we're talking about people who maybe don't train. We're talking about a drunk bar guy, you know, somebody in a party who's pissed off, he might have bumped them the wrong way. Real people who train martial artists are not going out picking fights. That's just the reality of the situation. 90% of the time, it's some drunk guy or somebody who just, you rubbed the wrong way for whatever reason. Or someone who's trying to rob you or something like that, okay? So, we already know, stepping, right? Pairing. Okay, cool. So now let's take it to the wall. If he's pushing me, right? No punches yet, let's just talk about anatomy. If I want to step off the wall this way, he's gonna push me back into the wall. This is the way I can't go, but I can turn this way. I can turn that way, right? And that's the same way we were like blocking the hooks and stuff like that. We were kind of going this way, right? So that's the same thing I want to do. Now I can treat my elbow a couple different ways. I can try and keep it straighter. I can just go to his shoulder, which is the way I like. I like to be connected, and I hold this arm and I get to the head. Now I can circle him in. I can go for strikes. I can control, get into a better position. I can take it down to the ground, right? Again, if I'm in a street fight, am I gonna go for an armbar here? No, maybe not. Maybe Charlie has friends. Charlie's friends start to kick my ass. I finish here. I go for kimura. I can be aware. I can see what's going on. Someone's coming. I can address it, kick Charlie in the head, and start fighting with the rest of the people. So, we already know. He's holding me. Charlie's right-handed. If I stay here and just do this, he's gonna reach and punch me all the time. I might be blocking, but my head might be ricocheting on the wall. I need to get out of here. Or I need to make sure that he can't throw that punch. Couple ways. If I see it coming from over there, I can't stop it. I keep this one. If he tries to back out this hand, hit me, can't go. We are attached now. If I'm gonna go ahead and step forward, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna cuff here. I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna redirect. Here I can go for guillotines. I can go for an Iowa if I'm a wrestler. I can put them into the wall. Again, always wanting to be on top, not on bottom. Even though I do jiu-jitsu, I never want to be on bottom in a self-defense situation or in a street fight. So he's pushing me, keep the arm there. I reach, I can block far away. If he's overwhelming me, he's just throwing many punches, and I get out the way. Now I can reach under, I can hold the neck, I can throw my own strikes, I can keep him back. I have a lot of options, right? Options aren't the key though. Right? If this is the first time I've ever done this, I just need one or two things that really work. I just need to hit the points to get myself out of the situation. I don't want to fight. I'm not a fighter. I come to jiu-jitsu every once in a while, I learn how to defend myself. Okay, so he's holding me on the wall. Same thing. I hold, same thing. I hold. Difference is this time, I step back and take him down. I get out of the situation. I'm not trying to hurt him, I'm not trying to punch him. Now, me, I'm a different guy. I'm a different breed. I learned jiu-jitsu to kick ass. Because I know jiu-jitsu is the best. That's it. So I'm here to hurt Charlie. Boom. I'm gonna be throwing elbows. I'm gonna be going under. I'm gonna be trying to knee out Charlie. I'm gonna be trying to bang him up here. I'm not just gonna be playing around with him. But maybe he's my drunk uncle at a Christmas party. And shit, I don't want to hurt my uncle. He just needs to be detained. He just needs to be put down for a minute. So if he's holding me, hey uncle, chill out. What the fuck are you doing? This is a fucking party, bro.
Obama.
I'm gonna go ahead and try and defuse the situation, take him down to the ground, and be like, uncle, chill out, relax, right? So, the idea is you never know who you're gonna be fighting. You never know what the situation might be. You might have to hurt the person, you might have to hit the person, you might have to strike, you might not have any choice. But you have to have at least a couple of things that you can do to just get you out of at least the situation. Those couple of things is just understanding that if you're holding the arm, he can't pull this one back out to hit you. And then if you have the arm outstretched, it's hard for him to cock it back and hit you again. Go ahead and cock it back. It's hard for him to really get it. If he breaks through that barrier, I have to cover, and I have to step out of the situation. Try and get into the pocket so he can't really strike me. Right here, if he strikes me, it's a lot more bearable. I can deal with it. I can strike myself, right? But those couple of little details will keep you out of it. If we are off the wall and he's backing me into the wall, just remember there was a wall and turn and put the person into the wall, right? Different situations are going to require different things. Different attackers are going to require different things. You never know his what he's good at until we actually get into a situation. But most of the time, 90% of the time, it's someone doesn't really train, hasn't really trained. Most of those people know what it is to get into a fight, and they're not looking for fights in the street. But if you do, and you do jiu-jitsu, I promise you, especially if you do it here, you will be prepared.